Here goes nothing. This is the Amanda Show. I am so excited about this because this is my first video on the Amanda Show and on my new channel, Lives Lively Lemons. It was supposed to be Life's Lively Lemons. It was actually supposed to be Life Lemons because it's about, you know, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade, or grape juice, and confuse the crap out of the world. But Life Lemons was already taken, so I was trying to put in Life's Lively Lemons, and I accidentally switched around to Lives Lively Lemons. So that's why that is there, and it's not going to be called Lives Lively Lemons anymore. It's going to be called The Amanda Show. Anyway, the whole thing kind of started with AV Byte. I'm going to include a link in the description below to AV Byte because AV Byte is totally awesome, and I want you guys to be as inspired as I am. I was watching one of their videos, and the biggest thing was I actually meant to start this channel in July. It is now December 7th to be precise. I probably won't get this up until December 8th, but tomorrow I'm actually going to go film with a friend to enter contest for a violin signed by Lindsay Sterling. If you don't know who Lindsay Sterling is, you should check her out too. I'll probably include a link in the description below to her as well. But she's giving away this Innova violin, and it's beautiful. And I don't want the violin, but I don't need it. My friend needs the violin. So I'm going to help her put together something so we can win the violin. Let's see. Anyway, so I was watching the Procrastination musical, which really I can relate to. Like I said, meant to start in July, it's December now. And this guy, also in New York with AV Byte, had the chance to work with them. Kevin something. I don't know his last name. I haven't got a clue what his last name is. And he's got his own channel. And so I started looking at his channel, and he talks about some of the coolest stuff. I mean, I guess I think the one that I liked the most was the one where he was talking about how the National Treasury or something, which is like down the street from where he lives, had a bomb threat basically, and he's like, which I think is kind of awesome because that's exciting. My high school actually had a couple of bomb threats, and just being evacuated that day was really kind of scary. Anyway. But in one of his videos, he touched on something that's really, really, really important to me, and that's this. Creating stuff is really scary. And in all reality, it's not actually the process of creating stuff. It's just the idea of putting it out there. You know, when I upload this video, I'm going to be like, oh shit, nobody's going to like this. It's the idea that, you know, you got to think about it. Is somebody going to like it? Is somebody somewhere going to enjoy what I am doing? And that's what bands and musicals and musicians and directors and actors and all those things go through every day. It's like, what if I screw up in this movie? Are people going to like me after this? Of course, you know, their whole career revolves around people liking them, and I don't have a career yet, so I don't need you people to like me, and that's true. I don't want to steal a topic from Kevin, but the thing is, I have a story, a very specifically related story, actually two specifically related stories. My senior year in high school, which was just this past year, I graduated in May. I took this class, Intro to Film, and the end of year project, we could either get a book and a movie and compare the differences and the similarities, 3 of each, and show it to the class. Or we could make a movie, a mashup of 2 of the movies we'd seen. And 2 of the movies that we'd seen were Sunset Boulevard and The House of Wax, the 1953 version, because the 2005 version sucks, and it has nothing to do with the previous versions. And so I decided to smash those together, and basically it was 2 murderers trying to figure out how to murder each other because of their ulterior motives from what happens in their movies. And so the one that actually dies in his movie in The House of Wax is the one that the lady from Sunset Boulevard kills. And just basically the same characters all get killed, except they were together, and it mashed together, and it was so beautiful, and it was an amazing script. And I risked failure writing this script in the last 2 weeks of school. And I missed a whole bunch of things, but I still passed. But I missed a whole bunch of things because I was so focused on this script, and I ended up getting actors together really, 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 really quick. And we had like 3 rehearsals, and they all did awesome. You know, they almost had their lines perfectly down, even though they had like 2 days to get their lines. I mean, 2 days. I'm not even kidding. 2 days to get their lines, and then we were filming. And then the second the camera turned on, they all forgot their lines. And hell yeah, I was pissed. And basically what I said was, I totally understand if you don't remember your lines, but I spent forever and ever and ever and ever, ever on this script. So please, what I need you to do is stay in character. Just think about what the script basically says, and basically say it in your own words, except for not your own words, but the way that you think your character would say it. Anyway, the person that actually did the best was the one that came in the day of filming it after this guy over here quit, and we're like, okay, here, replace this guy. And I gave him the script. He had it for 5 minutes. He's like, okay, cool, I'll do this. So basically, the most awesome part of this video, of this movie, was my awesome cinematography on a crappy camera. On this little camera that I'm filming on right now, it's this big. It's basically one of those little cameras that you get and take pictures of your friend and your food and post it on Instagram. I don't have Instagram, so I don't have that problem. But I don't have a nice camera. But going back to the whole creating thing, then I had to present this movie to the class. I was terrified because I had created something that I wasn't satisfied with, and I had to present it anyway. Everybody loved it! Yay me! Which was really kind of weird. Because like I said, the quality sucked, and I had crappy actors. Crappy quality, crappy actors. Awesome cinematography, but crappy actors and crappy quality. But it was still just I was really disappointed in myself. And, kind of back up, I had this boyfriend junior year. I hated him. Fast forward, we went to California. He was on the same whaleboat as me. I was really tempted to push him off the boat. And the whole concept was that he would get swallowed by the whale in the story of the whale, of Jonah and the whale. And he wouldn't die. Because, this is just a story in my head. He wouldn't die. He would just be taken really, 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 really far away, because then he would never, ever, ever, ever be able to bother me again. And so I wrote this song. I have not publicized it. I have not made it public. Will I? I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But it all really depends on what happens in the future. And that's because, ladies and gentlemen, creating stuff is really scary. Oh my gosh, hey, you guys are still here! And so, since you're still watching, which is totally freaking amazing, because I wasn't sure I was that interesting or not, I actually have a few questions for you as the viewer that I would love you to answer in the comments below, basically to prove that you were watching. Have you created something or wanted to create something? If you have created it, did you make it public? If you have not created it and you're going to, will you make it public? And do you, as the viewer, have any stories of absolute awesomeness that you could possibly want to share with me that I could expound upon in a future video? And, just be awesome that way? Really, guys, leave me some love in the comments below. And check out The Kevin Show, because he talks about some pretty freaking amazing stuff. And check out AV Bite with their weekly musicals, because that stuff is awesome, and I can guarantee once you watch these guys, you will never ever come back to my channel ever again. Yay. But seriously, you'll love them. They rock. Ciao.